Hello, it's Casey. Thanks for joining me today. It's a beautiful fall day outside my window. I am absolutely loving the weather changing, the colors that we're starting to see, and it gets me excited for all things fall. We just had my daughter's birthday party this last weekend. We had a wonderful chili feed and some candied apples and decorated some pumpkins. So I like to dive in with both feet to fall. So I've been researching some fall looks as far as makeup goes, and there's some really fun stuff out there. They can be a little contradictory. So some of the looks are a very matte, dark look, and I'm actually going to be talking about the opposite today, which is a fun look that has been seen on runways all over. It's a very dewy, fresh face with a very subtle pink just kissed lip, as they like to call it, and a peachy eyeshadow. So I'm gonna think outside the box today a little bit. I like to do that a lot of times with techniques and products. I do that in my salon behind the chair when I'm doing hair as well, and it just makes things a lot more fun and versatile. So let's think outside the box. We're going to be doing blush in places other than cheeks, which is kind of fun, and see what we come up with. So we're going to start with fresh, dewy skin. That's definitely can be a challenge, especially in fall. So I'm asked all the time, how do I make my hair grow? How do I make my hair look beautiful? How do I make my hair luscious and long? And it's simple. We want to work from the inside out. Any product that you're going to use topically is only going to support what's actually coming out of your body. And that is the same for skin. Skin is made up of the same components as your hair and your nails are made up of. So supporting that structure from the inside out is so important. And that is just starts with good health, a good diet, some good supplements, balancing, your vitamins, your mineral levels in your body. It is very important. A lot of times we see poor health first in our hair and our skin and our nails, and that's because this is an outside projection of what's going on inside. A lot of times you may think that you're gonna have, a stomach ache or a headache, or you're gonna have an internal symptom. Sometimes that's not the case at all. I've seen clients come in with undiagnosed diabetes or thyroid issues, and a lot of times that can be the first sign can be in your hair or your skin, and they're really struggling and having some issues with those areas. And, that's a good testimony to how complete our bodies are and how they really work as a whole. So, got on my little holistic whole body wellness rant there. You definitely want to find a practitioner that supports that theory. So anything that we're going to put on our skin or our hair topically is going to just be support for what's coming out of our bodies naturally in a healthy way. So that being said, I just applied my moisturizer. Now I did use my foundation brush for that. I want to keep the oils from my hands and any bacteria that I may have on my hands. I did wash my hands before I started my makeup, but I want to keep anything that may be going to break down my makeup off of my face. So I like to use my brush for that because I did just clean my brush last night and in preparation for doing my makeup today. So next I'm going to apply my face and eye primer. This is going to give my skin a nice finish, keep my makeup fresh and set all day. And this helps with that dewy look. So like I said before, we can't recreate a dewy look. Now, one technique that's really popular right now is strobing. People, that is just recreating the radiance that you're supposed to already have. Now, we don't have perfect skin, we don't have perfect hair, we don't have perfect nails, and that's kind of the beauty of being human. But we can use products and treat our bodies well from the inside out to promote that, to promote our best self. So we're going to work at just promoting what we naturally have. We don't want to recreate something unnaturally that we already own. So by exfoliating weekly, really moisturizing, moisturize. This time of year especially, hydrating yourself, drinking lots of water is going to be the number one component in great skin, hair, and nails, and give you that really nice, radiant complexion. So, as you know, I really love my mineral liquid foundation from Younique, but today, because I want a very dewy look, I am actually going to use the BB Flawless, which I actually really love as well, and this gives us a beautiful coverage as well as a dewy look. So the Touch Mineral Foundation is more of a fine powder look when we're all done, and this will give us a more dewy look. So we're gonna give this a shot today. So as always though, I am going to use my liquid foundation brush and dot this on. Now this is a much thicker consistency, creamier consistency, excuse me, than the Touch liquid foundation. So it is very important to use your moisturizer and your primer to start out with, because we want this to really be able to move on our skin. And I am using Bisque today. Now, I did forget to apply my eye primer, so I'm going to go back in and do that before I put any foundation on my lids. I do like to put a little on there, especially after my eye primer, which helps any foundation from creasing. It just ties everything together, brings it all to a really nice uniform color. So I'll go back and put my eye primer on. And this I am going to use my finger for because it just needs a little dab around the eye. Now, a lot of these looks for fall are very youthful. Dewy skin, very youthful. Pink, fresh lips, very youthful. Full, untamed brows, very youthful. And we'll get to the brows here in just a little bit, but brows are one of those things, depending on your age group. Some of us have over tweezed over the years, over waxed, because the look has not always been to have a untamed brow look. I'm going to go back up underneath those eyes with my foundation brush. So I want just a little extra coverage. So I have some tips and tricks for those of us who need a little help with our sparse eyebrows. Now, because we're doing a fresh, natural, dewy look on our skin, we do not want to do a lot of contouring. Now, this may be kind of scary because we really have gotten into the habit of more and more contouring, and it is giving us, you know, a more slim look to our face, a more angular look, but this is who we are. So we're going to highlight that and look very soft and very natural. Now I am going to cover up my little friend there. Now I've noticed for myself as the weather gets cooler and drier, I start to break out more, and that is my clue to moisturize more. I know that sometimes seems counterintuitive. We want to, dry out that skin. So because we're told that breakouts come from dirt, bacteria, oils, all mixing together and clogging a pore. Well, it could be also sensitivity. So something to consider when you're looking at your own skincare routine. I treated my skin terribly for years, thinking I was doing the best for it. And now I do have, you know, acne scars that I was so harsh on, and sometimes our skin needs just what we need, a little tender love and care. So I'm just gonna go in and just kind of cover that up just a little bit more and bring it down. Okay, so this is the scary part. We're not gonna set it with powder. It's kind of scary, but to maintain that dewy look, we are just going to rely on our moisturizer and our beautiful foundation, of course. Here's another food for thought. Oily skin. Those of you that are having a hard time with skin becoming oily throughout the day and you're struggling by the end of the day keeping your skin looking not that dewy, we don't want that dewy, and starting to cross over into oily, a little food for thought. Your skin produces oil. Your face, your hair, both produces oil when it feels that it needs to. So if your body thinks, oh, I'm dry, the skin's dry, the hair's dry, it produces more oil. We continue to dry out our skin and our hair, our body takes over, produces more oil because we are taking the oils away. So I don't believe in stripping. I believe in keeping those natural oils in our skin, in our hair, and it'll make a huge difference. Your body will at some point balance itself out so that you're not having the breakouts, the dryness, the combination skin, and the oily hair. You can go longer in between shampoos and not deal with some of the manageability issues that you may have. So just a little food for thought on that, to keep that in mind when you are moisturizing. Make sure that you are doing that, even though it seems that adding moisturizer to oil may be a bad combination. It actually isn't. So now, because I'm keeping this natural, but I do feel like I need a little bit of color, I feel a little light. I'm just gonna go in with a very light bronzer. This is the Beachfront bronzer in Sunset. Not too dark, because we're in fall. I don't want to look like I'm trying to look like I've been out in the sun because, well, there is none. So I live in Idaho, and our sun starts to hide behind the clouds this time of year. And luckily, we are not into January yet, where we live in the fog, or as I like to refer it, a sweater. So we are still enjoying some beautiful summer days, sunny days, excuse me. But and I still like my color, but I don't want to look like I've been laying out in the fall sun. So just a little color right where the sun would hit you. And that's basically the same concept as the strobing technique, but we're just relying on our own skin and just a little bit of color along with it. And then I'm going to use my mineral blusher, pressed blusher, and just add a little bit of color in those cheeks. And bring it right up still leaving this lightness under my eyes for a brighter, more opened up, awake look. Now I am using the same brush that I used on my bronzer, so I can kind of just blend that all together. We don't want to look stripey, we don't want to look contoured. Now I'm going to move on to my full untamed brows. This is that little technique I told you I was going to talk about. Now, when you don't have a very full eyebrow because of, you know, natural tendencies or over plucking or over waxing over the years, we just need to recreate. So this is the Younique Precision Brow Liner. I'm using light today. As the winter goes on, the fall goes on, I will go into a medium color. But right now I feel like this is sufficient. So I'm gonna add in my depth. This is your kind of backbone to your brows. Give your eyebrows some, well, backdrop, some structure. A lot of us have hairs there. They're just too light or too sparse to really be noticed. So that's why this product is wonderful. And it goes on so fast. And this tip is wonderful. It's so skinny and it's also a twist. So I don't have to worry about, comb this guy. So I don't have to worry about carrying a sharpener with me or making a mess wherever I happen to be. Now, as you notice, I kind of switched my hold on my pencil. This is kind of just a personal preference that I kind of just happened upon myself. And I find that it gives me a better angle since I'm crossing over my body from my right hand, my right arm to my left eye. So just play around and feel like, find what works best for you. You know, if I were to use, I'd have to bring my arm over so much further. So I just like to change my little hold there. Helps me. We all have our little idiosyncrasies, our own ways of doing things, but still good to be open to new things. All right, so I'm going to just get those filled in. And again, the old saying, they're sisters, not twins. Your eyebrows are sisters, not twins. We don't want to look like we're wonky, but we also don't need to be completely perfect. All right. Put that guy away. Okay, so secret weapon here, Younique's Moodstruck Precision Brow Gel. Now, this stuff is awesome. It gives the hairs of your eyebrows color, but also density. So it has colored gel, but then that gel also contains little fibers that are going to bind to your eyebrow and your eyebrow hairs and plump them up so we can get that nice untamed eyebrow look. So I'm actually going to go against the grain of the growth of my hairs here and get those. Basically what's happening is those hairs, as I'm going against them, they're grabbing the gel off of the little tiny spoolie brush there. And then I'll go back in and I'll comb them into place, but I'm gonna comb them kind of up and out so we can get a little bit more of an untamed brow look. And switch. Now, because this gel has some color to it, you do want to be careful not to touch your skin too much. Otherwise you won't have quite as crisp a line. So again, we want to, we're going for more of an untamed brow than that really contoured brow that has been so popular. All right. Now, something that is so important, whether you're doing your foundation, you're doing your eyes, or doing your lips, or doing your eyebrows, we get really close. We get really close to that mirror. Some of us even have magnifying mirrors. I do not recommend those things. They do no good. No one is going to look at you that close. When someone sees you, they are way back here. Anyone that's close enough to you to see what you're seeing in that magnifying mirror loves you enough to not notice any of your imperfections. So my advice when you're doing any little precision whatever, take a step back. Take a deep breath, look at yourself as a whole, look at the picture as a whole. Is this a big deal? Probably not. No one's gonna notice it. No one from 10 feet away in the grocery store is gonna go, oh my gosh, you have a blemish on your cheek. No, and no one from 10 feet away is gonna notice a millimeter of your eyebrow being one way or the other. Take a step back, take a deep breath. It's a good lesson for all aspects of life, but in this situation, makeup definitely. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to eyes. This is gonna be really fun. This is where I like to think outside the box. I'm gonna use a blush on my eyes today. One of the trends that was seen at the BCBG fall runway show was a peachy eye, and I love it because this is such a beautiful color that kind of looks like it's almost natural coming from your own skin. So I'm gonna use my blush, my mineral blush, pressed blush in Sweet. And I like because it just has a little bit of, you know, warmth to it. And we're just gonna fade it right up. Dare we call it ombre? Now, I'm a hairstylist, so, you know, balayage has been such a important word the last few years, and especially more so now. It has completely changed the world of hair color, and it has allowed us to just bring a natural beauty to color. Ladies, we have been balayage on our faces for years. We don't get to call it in. We have to face paint every day. We have to hand paint our faces every day. So ain't nothing new there. And then we're just gonna fade that up. Look how pretty and natural. And natural beauty is imperfect. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to feel good about ourselves. As the hairstylist, as the Younique presenter, I get to meet lots of awesome, awesome women. And they all have such a beautiful message. Women have such a beautiful message for each other. It is so important that we celebrate each other's beauty because we are all beautiful in our own way. And I learn just as much from my clients as they hopefully learn from me. I want to have something important for everyone. But that's why I love to talk about hair and makeup. If I can change someone's hair or makeup day, we are winning. All right, so I do like to accentuate my eye a little bit as far as my lashes, and to just intensify them a little bit. So even if I'm doing kind of a fresh, easy natural makeup look, I do want to go in and tightline those eyelashes to just make them pop a little bit more. I have very fine hair myself, and tends to translate into the eyebrows and eyelashes as well. So I am using the Addiction Palette #1, and I like to use Forthright to just go right in under those lashes. You can see right up onto that waterline. That is going to give those, tie all of those lashes together. Give them a base. Oh my gosh. Look at that pretty peachy color. Now I'm gonna go in on my other eye and do the same thing. All right, I'm gonna wipe my brush off. I don't need to clean it per se because I don't necessarily want to get rid of all of that color. But I'm gonna go back in with Chipper, which is kind of this medium brown color here in the middle. And I'm just gonna do a little bit right on top of those lashes. I don't necessarily want an eyeliner look, but I do want a little bit of color to tie that peachy color in with my eyelashes. So I'm just gonna drag that right along. Pull some of that off. Drag that right along those lashes. Give them kind of a backdrop so that they look a little bit thicker. And then I'm just gonna kind of tie that in with the bottom as well. We don't wanna line the bottom because that's gonna take away from that no makeup look, but just a little bit of color. I love it. All right, now I'm going to finish off my eyes with my Fiber Lash Mascara, which I'm going to grab. Thought I was prepared. All right, Transfer Gel, #1. Now, another youthful little tippy tip here, Luscious Lashes. That is going to really encourage that youthful look. As we get older, and our body produces less oils, like I was talking about earlier, it is important to maintain those oils. I'm gonna blend that guy in a little bit. It's so important to maintain those oils from, you know, inside out, health from the inside out. Oh, good, well. We're having technical difficulties, so we're gonna finish off with a different mascara. This is sometimes a mascara that I use on my lashes as a base. It's just a little trick to boost up your 3D Fiber Lash Mascara. You can use a regular mascara first and then use your 3D Fiber Lash Mascara on top of it. But I am currently having some technical difficulties with my Fiber Lash Mascara, so. Lashes are not my main focus today for this video. They're my main focus every day in my makeup, but that's not what we're talking about today. So we're gonna move on. Find a solution, move on. Let it roll. All right, so moving on, my last step, and then I'll go back to what I was talking about. My last step, I am going to use my Splash liquid lipstick. This is a beautiful liquid lipstick for fall. It's matte and water resistant. It can be applied in so many different ways. Typically, I like to use, well, you can use a lip brush, or I actually like to use my cream shadow brush from Younique to apply it, because while it has this wonderful sponge applicator, I don't necessarily want that much color on my lips always, or that much product on my lips. So I like to use my brush because I can get less. But actually today I'm going to show you a different tip. So one really hot look right now is pink nudie lips. I like that. It's just a great everyday look. So I'm just going to take a little bit of product off of the sponge applicator with a not a toothpick. That's what I was going to say. Not a toothpick. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a Q-tip. For those of you that don't know, this is a Q-tip. I'm gonna just rub this on. Now, oh my gosh, I am in love. Okay, so this is great because it's going to give me a very nice, subtle color, but it's also going to diffuse the line at the base. So it's just going to look like it's coming from the inside out. So beautiful. And I'm just gonna continue to work it and work it and work it. Now, one thing I really notice in the fall is my dry lips. Oh my goodness. Both of my children were born in October. So I gave birth and my body just retaliated. Everything was like, I am going to give everything to this baby. And I swear it kind of got into a holding pattern. Now every fall my lips just crack and peel, and it's a great reminder for me to, one, drink my quarts of water every day, and then also, back to what I was talking about earlier, with your health, your internal health. You want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You want to make sure that you're getting those essential fatty acids, those amino acids, those fats that your body really needs to continue living. There's a reason that your heart, your cardiovascular system, your eyes, and then, you know, moving on to your hair, skin, and nails, eyelashes, eyebrows, it all needs oil. I really maintain that that's kind of like the, you know, the substance of life, but you can get that definitely through a good diet, but also through supplements. And there is a wonderful practitioner here in Boise. I will put her link below. I think that she's absolutely fantastic, and she likes to do what I like to do and think outside the box, and she will help you be the best you, because, you know, a lot of us have imbalances that we don't quite know about. There isn't quite a you know, a telltale sign that something isn't right, but sometimes it's a problem that we see in our hair, skin, and nails. So again, on my little rant today. Now, I love this color. It's so beautiful and so natural and so easy breezy. This will stay all day. I can kiss my kiddos. I can kiss my hand. Nothing. And it gives a beautiful color without so much maintenance, so much high maintenance. But I do want to, and this is my little tiny one I like to carry around. This is my lucrative, it's kind of hard to see, lip gloss from Younique. And it's just clear. And give it a nice natural look. Now I love Younique's lip glosses because they aren't really lacquery shiny. They give you a really natural dewy look to your lips. So I hope you enjoy this fall look as much as I do. Thanks for spending all of this time with me. This is my longest video yet, and I had a lot of fun. There were a lot of looks we covered today, and I will put all of the links to all of the products that I used today below. Make sure that you like and subscribe for more tips on using Younique's wonderful products. I hope you have a great day.